well, I'm not a litigious person because it does cost money. If we don't go and say, stop. So many things that could happen in the future and the county takes the same actions. If it does go to court to then would judicial process look at it and say, why are you screaming about this now? This is how the county behaved in the past and you didn't have anything, you didn't take them to court and stop it. So that would be my concern, and present that to the town's legal team is, if we don't do it, are we kind of okaying or approving this way of the county interacting with the towns? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other comment? Public comment? Okay, very good.
On just that topic, I'm sorry.
No,
Any public topic.
Public comment period is going to end in a little bit, another one at the end of the beginning. So any topic we could talk about.
Obviously, I think you know why I'm here.
No, I don't.
Okay. I'm Kurt Wood, and I've had email contact with you quite often.
Now I know who you are.
Huh?
Now I know who you are. We've never met face to face.
Okay. Kind of here just to get the gist of why 30 grand was spent in Kansas on a logo and a website when there's 2 website designers that can do logos right here on Main Street in Massena. And I was told by you that you weren't sure if they were able to handle it. You never asked them. Right across the street, right down the street, and we're worried about our local economy, but we're spending money in Kansas. I don't get it. A lot of people don't get it, and it's kind of time for answers.
You're not going to get it apparently because I explained it in the email. This company specializes in municipal websites. That's pretty much all they do. They do them all over the country. They've done others in our neighborhood. We went to them because this is their specialty. Now, can some other people do it? Probably can. We've seen the results that this company has done in other communities just down the road. Very nice, very professional, just what we need. So the opportunity came up. It was suggested to us. The BDC was involved, I believe. The village has been involved. We collectively agreed it was the best way to go. So you don't like that, that's fine. Other people may not like that, that's fine. It's a decision we made, and in the end we will have a great website to show for it. So I'm not going to apologize for that.
That's fine. I don't agree that you shouldn't. I think you should apologize. It's a local economy that you're taking 30 grand out. I mean, what would that mean to a business that's across the street when we're trying to get downtown Massena revitalized? 30 grand would be a great shot in the arm for those people. That website, about 50% of the stuff that's going to be on the town of Massena's website is outsourced. A lot of that stuff, all those things where all the files come in, that you explained to me that you thought all those files need to be on there,
They have to.
that Nate and Jason probably couldn't do that.
No, I didn't say they couldn't do it.
You said
My
you probably
question was
thought
that
they couldn't handle it.
You keep talking about your friend across the street,
Yes.
right? He works full-time at Alcoa, I believe. He does this on the side.
Yep.
I've been trying to arrange a meeting with him for 3 days. His schedule has not been able to mesh with mine. So obviously he has a lot of other commitments.
Okay, according to him,
So-
you've canceled twice, and you pushed it till Friday, which is after the meeting.
Well,
conveniently,
they canceled, I believe, as well. So I'm not going to get into all that with you. But
they showed up at your office at 1 o'clock, and your secretary or
I was
whoever-
running late and they had to leave by 1:30, so they really didn't have much
Because they
time
had
for a
an
meeting, I
appointment,
guess, was
but
the
you
point.
weren't
Right,
available.
okay. So,
Before a meeting, obviously that's convenient.
well, yeah, okay. Look, I don't dodge people, first of all. Okay, obviously, I think you're probably learning that right now. We did the right thing for the community. You know, we heard a lot about the signs too. That we approved money, compact money to put up new signs coming into town. Have you traveled around the North Country at all?
Yeah.
Okay, you go to Colton, their signs are beautiful. Welcome to Colton, these nice three-dimensional signs. What do we have? We have old signs kind of plywood that are falling down. It's about time we step up and do things the right way. And it's gonna cost money to do that, and sometimes that money has to be spent outside of town. We spend as much money as we can locally.
It doesn't have to be spent outside of town, or even.
You don't know that, man. With all due respect, you don't know that.
Or even another town closer to us than Kansas.
Well,
There are a lot of options
you know what?
where they explore.
It's a slap in the face to
This
people
wasn't
doing
done-
taxes.
you may
This wasn't done overnight. I wanna know how long you've been in business and how long the place across the street's been in business, cause this wasn't done overnight. When I first got on the board a year ago, this was already in progress, cause I asked about the website, because I got on the website and I really wasn't too happy with the way it looked, and the information was incorrect. And I asked about, doing it local, but then it was explained to me that the situation with having, emergency, stuff on or whatnot, it was before my time anyway, but I did ask about it. But I wanna know how long you're in business. If you were in business at the time that this first started, I'm not sure the date of this.
We're not even saying that it had to be Jason and Nate,
Okay.
it's just other, even more local, St. Lawrence
I
County.
mean, it's been ongoing for like 14 or 16 months, I wanna say anyway, the
There are lots-
website.
there
It
are
wasn't
lots
just
of
overnight.
people-
It
There are
was,
lots of people more local than Kansas
Yeah,
that could have
and
been
you know, a lot of those people have gobbled up all the domain names, Massena.com, MassenaNewYork.com, Massena.gov. Why? Because they wanna force us to pay them for the domain name and force us to use them to develop the website. Now, this isn't local guys, these are guys in St. Lawrence County. I don't wanna do business with a gun in my head. So you know what? We're gonna do business, in my opinion, where we're gonna get the business done properly and accurately. And, again, I'm not gonna apologize, this is the right thing for our community, I believe.
I've been thinking a lot about, after you sent the email, Kurt, and right about the time you sent that email, we had had several discussions about contracting locally and getting a list, and we are doing that. We've been doing it for a long time, we're gonna try to do better. And today, actually, I was thinking about this, because something else happened, and it just happened to make me think. When you're in a business, you have to be your own marketers.
Correct.
In your own interest, in your own business. And I had to ask myself, and maybe you can answer the question. Have those people that you were talking about in those emails, about the couple different, ever come to the town hall ahead of time to offer services? Because, let me finish.
Yeah.
Last year, we had several discussions about, well, no, actually, it's been a year and a half now. Several discussions about healthcare. Healthcare changes that we need to do to try to save money. That got in the paper. Joe got contacted by several insurance people that handle healthcare, all outside Massena. I don't know if anybody handles healthcare in Massena, but none of them contacted Joe Gray. So, if you are in the business in Massena and you want to get our business, you have to market yourself to the Massena Town Board, because our job is to get the job done correctly at the lowest possible cost to the taxpayer.
I tell you, 30 grand,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know.
very steep. And
Well, it may be, but I don't know that it's not,
Was it made public that?
That it's not,
I never saw anything,
There was no RFP.
there was nothing.
there was no need for a bid because he said it was a service, not something that needed to be bid upon.
Yep.
But Jason and Nate emailed Joe and asked him if there was a possibility if they could bid on it and what they could do, and they never got a
I
reply.
wanna see that email, cause I've never seen it.
They will
So if
show
he's
it
got
to
a
you
copy of it,
Friday.
I hope they bring it, cause I've never
They will.
seen it, and I've been to the server that handles our email, didn't see it there either. So, I've never seen the email to my knowledge, so I hope they bring it.
when did they start their business?
My,
2 years.
my issue
2 years
isn't
ago.
necessarily.
Did they
that-
come across the street 2 years ago?
No.
Did Joe go
They
across
didn't-
the
they
street?
It's
didn't-
not Joe's job to sell this guy's business.
I
Frenchie doesn't,
I understand
Frenchie
that.
sells his business.
How do they
You
know
don't
that- how do
sell
they know that
Frenchie's
the- how do they
business.
know that the
He
town is
sells
in
his
the market
Hey, look,
for a
since
website?
this thing hit
No.
the paper, they've
They,
never. they've
they
never
have
seen
to
it.
know that there's how to get business in Messina.
And
One of
it's not
the,
even- it's
one
not
of the
even-
largest spenders in Messina
And it's
is
not
local
even-
government.
What?
One of the biggest spenders in Messina is local government.
I understand that.
So
How
they need to, as soon as they started the business,
so why-
contact local government.
But it doesn't have to even be Jason and Nate.
I understand,
If
we
nobody
are
in the-
contracting with,
If nobody in the area knows that.
it is
Messina
not
is
true
looking-
that we are not using local area contractors for our business.
No, I'm not talking about other businesses, I'm
Well,
talking about.
you're talking
specifically
about
the
one
website.
specific thing.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, and we are
Not
doing
talking
a whole
about
bunch of,
signs, I'm talking about a website. And you said when the healthcare, there was a release in the paper, and then you had people come to you. But there was
Right.
never any sort of release in the paper about a new website, so how would,
I don't know that.
I've never read anything
Oh,
about it.
but I don't know that. We'd have to go back and check a year, like Sam said, a year and a half ago, whenever the hell it was
Well,
that we
it's-
talked about it. We've been talking about website changes for,
And,
I've been on
you
board a
know,
long time, we've been talking about website changes for a long time. Georgette's been
I know
involved in
for a
that
fact
for
that, you know,
for
spending
10 years.
$5,000 piggybacked on a special deal package for the $25,000 spent in Kansas on the website. $5,000 for a logo is absurd.
I can tell you.
It's like spending $100,000 on a Chevy pickup truck. That's just absurd.
That's okay. I can tell
Do
you.
you know that? Are you qualified to make that?
Yes, I
statement?
am. I do graphic design all the time. I work with Nate and Jason about graphic artistry. I made a design for a local restaurant today. Charge them $150.
You know what the fish
I
cap
do that
website,
stuff too,
you know what
on
the
the
fish cap,
side.
you know what the fish cap website cost? It was done in Canton.
The what?
The fish cap website, you know what that cost? It was done in Canton.
No.
$28,000.
Okay,
So you think it could have been done cheaper locally?
probably.
But 25 in Kansas, 28 in Canton.
Great, then you're
Spend it
giving
in
money to
Canton.
Canton, $28,000.
Canton is
Those-
better than
those
Canton.
folks
I'd
are-
rather spend
Those
$3,000
folk,
more and do it
those
local.
folks are not doing their
No.
full-time job like the guys across the
No,
street.
we can't do that. By,
No,
by
because you
state
bid,
law,
You don't have to bid.
Kurt, by state law, we can't do that. If we bid, you just said you'd rather do it. You'd rather do it, but some of these people would rather pay higher taxes so that somebody else made $3,000 on a thing. You might because you know these guys or you're in the business.
Yeah.
We can't do that. If we bid something, we have to take the lowest bid.
But you didn't bid it.
I understand that. There's several things that we don't do, that we don't bid, and there's state laws that give us that ability to do that.
Correct.
However, we do bid a lot of work. And we do bid, and we do place a lot of local work. A lot of it. So, if we haven't handled, let me just say, if we haven't handled $50,000 of our budget to everybody's satisfaction, that may be. But we've got a lot bigger than 50,000. We've got, what's our budget? 8 million.
8.1 million.
Okay, so a lot of that goes to the local people. And we're gonna try to make more of it go to local people, as best we can.
Was there anybody, was this the only company that was approached to do the website, or were there other companies?
No, you said that they were recommended to
Yes,
you
because
by-
they've done other, this is what they do, and they've done other sites in
Well,
our
just
area.
because somebody else does it doesn't make it all right. I mean, just because somebody else does
I
something.
think
You asked
we answered the question, no, we
Okay,
went with
so
these
no,
guys
so
exclusively.
nobody else was ever approached about doing this?
That's right,
So nobody on the board could go and find out, say this town has a really good website, we might be able to get it done cheaper. You know, you're talking the scope of $8 million or whatever, and, you know,
$28,000.
$30,000 doesn't mean
Kansas,
much.
what don't you understand about that? $28,000 website in Canton, $25,000 in Kansas, it's the same. The website's gonna cost you about $25,000. Matter of fact, when we did the proposal
No,
to the state,
I
I
understand
put
the
in
cost.
$25,000 for website redesign, people laughed at me. Doesn't cost that much for a website, yeah, it does.
I understand the cost
we're doing a
involved.
cost, we're
I'm
doing a
asking
website
about,
for $5,000 at my business.
I can show you a lot of $5,000 websites.
Yeah, it all depends on how much you got on the website.
I'm not objecting to cost, I'm just wondering if
I'm
anybody
sure
in-
Frenchie's
out of-
website
out
cost
of
them more than
Kansas
$5,000.
was given an opportunity.
We've answered the question, no,
No, so you only went to this one company.
that's right.
I keep mentioning
Mr.
Frenchie,
Gray,
he
if I
always
may-
comes to these meetings,
Sure.
just use
So you
it as
understand
an
it.
example.
I'm sure the board will do a lot better job of trying to keep it local, but part of it is in their discretion and services that they can go outside. You know, they don't have to.
I understand.
I read the law,
I understand that they can, but, you know, Massena is struggling right now. And there are a lot of people, Jason has to work at Oak Hole, you know why? Because the economy here is horrible. He has to, do you think he wants to go to the pot rooms, 12-hour shifts? 3 days a week, 4 days a week? I mean,
Doesn't leave a lot of time for web design, I would imagine.
Excuse me, why is this personal? Why is this personal?
I'm a business owner and it hurts me too.
Yes.
I'm a business owner. Yeah, it
Yeah,
hurts. It's
but you keep
personal.
talking about this, Jason. Ask them to, right now, the decision has been made, okay? So now, quit beating the darn horse, okay? And ask them specifically what they're going to do in the future to protect you and protect
think that's
every
what I
other
was-
small business.
That's what I was
And
getting
ask
at.
them specifically what you would like to do, what they would like you to do. And from what I hear them saying, so instead of talking about Jason and beating this issue about the website, it's done. Let's talk about what they can do for you and every small business owner like you to help you get the business that you want in
I
town.
believe that that's what I was, that's.
I don't think so.
And
So
one
what-
of the things I'm saying is, every one of those small businessmen that wants money from the town of Massena needs to make sure that we understand that they have that business
They can provide.
and they can provide it. And I don't think Joe's got guys knocking on his door every day.
What is a?
So, all my point is, all small businessmen in Massena need to do a better job on their own to sell themselves to the local governments, because the local governments are one of the highest spenders in Massena.
What is the
That's the
contract on the
future.
website? What's the town's contract with them? How many years are they getting the service for?
We have a free redesign in 2 years, including this contract.
Free redesign, so
Yeah,
how
complete
many years?
redesign, if we wanna change everything in 2 years, we can change it completely in 2 years at no additional cost.
But how many years are you locked into for the 25,000?
It was, there's no, it's for 2 years, there's nothing beyond that.
So it's 2 years, 25.
It's a one-shot deal. We paid them to design a website, with that contract comes a redesign in 2 years if we wanna do a redesign, or change it.
See, another thing I was thinking of today along the same lines is, most local businessmen are part of the Chamber of Commerce. They pay dues to the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is there to help local businessmen with all the things you're talking about.
Mhm.
The Chamber of Commerce comes to this board once a year to get money. Other than that, they don't come to this board for anything to promote local businesses.
Right.
So, what you're saying is that it's up to this board to promote all local businesses, and I say, bull
I'm not really,
pucky. A local businessman, if he wants to stay in business, he is going, or he or she, is going to promote their local business. They are going to be out showing people what they can and cannot do. And we need more of that. We will give business to whoever can get the job done at the lowest cost to the taxpayers, because that's our job.
a phone call to the chamber saying, is there anybody registered with the chamber that has the ability to do a website or a logo? And Massena wasn't an option.
It may have been.
I think I've explained the process,
It
Kurt.
may have been.
You don't wanna
In this
accept it,
case,
you wanna
we
stand it
relied
too bad.
on-
That's what happened.
On
That's fine.
expert references. We
Okay.
relied on references,
All right.
which a lot of people rely on references. If you're renting a property, what do? You call references. You're not gonna just take somebody's word that they're a good old guy.
Differences.
There are a lot of Facebook quarterbacks. You know, it's all over Facebook, a lot of people are experts on stuff on Facebook, I noticed that. And lots of comments, you know what, this isn't Facebook, this is real life. And we deal with real life issues, and so, like I said, so, it's done, it's gonna be done, it'll be well done. And, if people like it, I hope they will, great, if they don't, well, the next time around, they can have something to say then, so. All right,
Joe,
any,
can I say something? I feel like, I've never met you personally. I feel like you're just kind of blowing off the issue. Like, you're acting like, too bad, I'm sorry, it's done, it's over with, I'm not talking about it anymore, and that's kind of offensive.
I'm not saying that at all.
You just did.
Have you, well,
No.
we're
Yeah, we're not
45
gonna,
minutes
we
into a
can't
15-minute
change this
public comment
decision.
period.
I understand that, but I think we're looking
What
for answers, and you
we
said.
have
I'm not
said,
answering.
the first comment I made when I said,
I'm not
Kurt,
talking-
I've been
you've
thinking
very
about
help-
this.
You've been very helpful in explaining things.
We have been working on, Frankie, he can testify that he asked him to put together a list of local contractors that can do the jobs that we typically try to do
I understand that.
locally. And he has done that, and we're gonna try to do a better job of making sure that if we have to put a a deck on the museum. We have to put a deck on the museum that we try to do it with a local contractor, not somebody from Ogdensburg or something. So we are doing that.
I understand that, and I appreciate that, I just, I just feel kind of,
Why am I combative on this? Have you seen the stuff written about me online?
yeah.
Pretty bad. I wouldn't write that about my worst enemy. And these people don't even know me. They don't even know me. Come on, it hurts. You don't think it hurts? For my wife to see that stuff? Give me a break. I'm done with this. We're half hour past our 15-minute comment period. What's done is done. We can't change it. Can we change it going forward? Yeah, if we know about people, that would be great. So, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Anything else? We're gonna